Time. Combine those newsletters with our print publication, and you have a combination that cannot be beat. Sign up today for the newsletter or newsletters that fit your needs at fleetowner.com. For industry news and trends, that is fleetowner.com. That's fleetowner.com.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is excited to offer a free CDC-based diabetes prevention program to all Class A over-the-road drivers. This 12-week program utilizes weekly live webinars focusing on nutrition, exercise, stress management, and more. This program focuses on ways drivers can prevent diabetes and its devastating effects. Visit truckersfund.org and take the risk assessment located under the Health and Wellness tab.
WIAM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Stacey Lynn. Another round of snow for a big chunk of the country. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy.
That snow could melt into slush or turn to ice, which will make for a dangerous Friday night commute throughout the Garden State.
And with the snow, more record cold. Gerald Kiner has opened an emergency shelter in Memphis.
I'm cold right now. Basically, when I would step outside for a few minutes to go to my car. So imagine people who have no place to go.
While the federal government's on a 2-hour delay today because of the snow in the Washington, D.C. area, a deal was made to keep it open until March. CBS's Scott McFarland.
This happened on September 30th. It happened again in November, and it's happening again now. They just passed short-term deals to extend the time frame in which they can negotiate how much to spend on government in 2024.
Off to New Hampshire, where campaigning's in full swing ahead of Tuesday's primary. Our Caitlin Huey-Burns is there.
Donald Trump is very confident in his chances here, and his campaign really just wants a huge win here to be able to kind of coalesce the party around him and move on and lock the challenge now.
Some good news if you're struggling to pay back your student loans. The Biden administration is canceling $5 billion in debt for 74,000 borrowers. Many of them are teachers, nurses, and firefighters. After the war between Israel and Hamas ends, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says through an interpreter that Israel intends to keep control of all territory west of the Jordan River.
This is a necessary condition, and it clashes with the idea of Palestinian sovereignty. I tell this truth to our American friends.
An American Airlines flight attendant is facing charges for allegedly videoing minors in a bathroom. WBZ Radio's Nicole Davis.
The Justice Department says Estes Thompson allegedly recorded 5 young girls between January and September of 2023, some girls as young as 7. This all came to light on a September 2nd flight from Charlotte to Boston. Court documents show Thompson told a 14-year-old girl instead of waiting, she could use the first-class bathroom instead. Inside, that's where the girl found a cell phone taped on a toilet seat. After her parents reported it, the investigation began.
Well, college was fun. I would have liked to have stayed longer and partied more, minus the schoolwork, and not have to be an adult, but alas, I had to. Not Miami tight end Cam McCormick, though, who says he's coming back for a 9th season of college football. He spent the first 7 at Oregon, transferred to Miami for the 2023 season. He'll keep playing there in 2024. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered a $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Problems from a recent winter storm.
Trevor Ward, who lives along the Kankakee River in Wilmington, Illinois, watches huge chunks of ice smash into each other, causing ice jams and backing up the river.
You just stand there and you watch it and you pray to God, oh my God, please don't turn in my house.
A flood warning is in effect through at least Monday. Steve Highbaugh canceled a trip to keep an eye on his home.
Now it's flowing upstream instead of downstream. So there's no telling where that's going and what it's about.
Ward says there's not much you can do about it.
Hey, that's living on the river.
Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News, Chicago.
So how often do you eat pizza?
All I eat is pizza.
Pizza Hut did a survey and found the average person gets pizza 3 times a month, shoveling in about 8 slices, not each time, but total. Into the crust type, more than a quarter said their favorite was thin, followed by stuffed, and then the thick crust. As for toppings, pepperoni still reigns supreme. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Governor Kayla wants to know the most powerful thing in Alabama. In our state, the law says no judge can overrule a jury on death penalty cases. Governor Ivy's pen signed that bill into law. But Ivy's pen has left some people behind. People like Bucky Williams, who was already on death row after seriously flawed mistakes. A jury sentenced Bucky to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But the judge overruled it and sentenced Bucky to death. It's time for Governor Ivey to pick up her pen and commute Bucky's death sentence before it's too late.
Are you stuck in the usual 9-to-5 job? Want to make work fun again and create a bigger paycheck? How about the flexibility to balance personal and professional schedules? The Pop Advertising wants to talk to you today. The Pop Advertising is a local full-service advertising agency partnering with businesses to support their growth with targeted digital and traditional advertising. The Pop Advertising wants success-oriented salespeople to join their team while helping you to achieve a career to be proud of and have fun doing it. If you feel like you have the sales skills to develop business, go to thepopadvertising.com and click on the contact us button.
Anywhere you are by listening to News Radio 1440 on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, play News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast. News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the Money Today guarantee. Can't wait weeks for your tax refund? Then don't. At Jackson Hewitt, get money today if you're approved for a no-fee refund advance loan on a prepaid card. Book today at jacksonhewitt.com. No-fee refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
It's going to be a cold day today. Temperatures with a northwest breeze, 10 to 20 miles an hour. They're only going to make it into the 40s this afternoon despite plenty of sunshine. Tonight, a hard freeze expected. We're down to 20 degrees. Make sure you're protecting people, pets, plants, and pipes. Tomorrow, sunshine, but only upper 30s. We're down into the upper teens tomorrow night. Low to mid 40s Sunday with mostly sunny skies.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted. McKinnon Toyota has a great selection of Toyota Camrys, #1 selling car in America, and Toyota Corollas, the #1 selling car in the world. You'll be grinning with McKinnon, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, front and back. It's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Friday. The celebrations continue this week for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in downtown Montgomery, and today is the annual MLK Community Celebration at the Davis Theater. The event recognizes community leaders who embody the spirit of Dr. King's dream. You can attend a 10 a.m. matinee or the 7 o'clock evening performance. Tickets are still available. The W.A. Dale Planetarium in downtown Montgomery will reopen this month with a new coordinator. William Lee Tinker was recently appointed appointed planetarium coordinator. The planetarium temporarily closed in 2022 to allow management to transfer from Ford University to the city of Montgomery. There will be a free grand opening event on January 27th. The Valley and Cross, an all-male private school in Montgomery, is expanding. In August 2024, Valley and Cross will open its elementary school. The school recently won a prestigious prize that included a $1 million award. I'm Jasmine Williams with your morning headline.
New year, even a presidential election year, but we are still facing the same issues. You need to prepare for the worst. Protect your home, your family, and your investments. It's time to reach out to the Oxford Gold Group. They make it simple for you whether you are buying more gold, diversifying your 401k, or buying gold for the first time. Call the Oxford Gold Group at 833-995-GOLD and order the investment guide, or make a purchase of precious metals and get up to $2,500 in free gold. 833-995-GOLD.
Hey, the social engineering and leftist corporations, do they make you feel like we're kind of living in the twilight zone?
Yeah.
Well, you're not alone. Now, our friends at Pure Talk, my wireless company, they know the silent majority is fed up, and I'm calling on all of those Americans, stand with a company that champions your values. The average family is saving almost $1,000 a year. Dial pound 250, say the keyword SAVE NOW. Do it now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month from our friends at Pure Talk.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Bedtime is a special time of day, a moment to connect with your child before going to sleep. After your child has brushed her teeth, read a book together, or talk a little about your day, and of course, tell her you love her. Having a routine every night helps your child structure her day, feel safe, and develop good sleep habits. Relationships matter. For more, talk with your pediatrician.
Relationships matter.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospitals, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note
That's kind of scary.
delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at BeKindnessRevolution.net.
With just a couple of clicks on Amazon, your items come to your door in a day or two. With just a simple phrase to your Alexa smart speaker, your favorite talk shows come to your speaker in seconds. Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
Right on for Alexa. All right then.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The
Oh, yes, we do.
take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Time to wake up. Time to get moving. I'm missing something though. I don't know what. Something. Maybe not. I don't know. And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. For there's one more day, one more, that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time to rise and shine, if you can. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you another one. Either way, it's good for the soul. And again, good morning. It is January the 19th, 2024. Today's daily bread, the scripture insight comes from Matthew 7:13 through 23. The title is God's Protective Love. Scripture insight to get it started today is Matthew 7:15, which reads, watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. always be on guard. And again, it is January the 19th, 2024. It is a day like all the other days. It is a once in a lifetime deal. And once it's gone, you don't get a do over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. Once it's gone, you don't get a do over. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you have lived a while, you no doubt have seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed, given the grace, mercy, charity, and love of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day, January the 19th, 2024. It is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever we do, make sure that if tomorrow should be, we'll be proud of what we have done this day. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. I say if that is the standard by which you live your life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Always put one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. Or whatever you do, always keep moving forward. And no matter what happens to you this day or yesterday, it is still a fantastic day to be alive. Good morning to you.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled God's Protective Love was written by Patricia Raybon. One summer night, the birds near our home suddenly erupted into chaotic cawing. The squawking intensified as the songbirds sent piercing calls from the trees. We finally realized why. As the sun set, a large hawk swooped from a treetop, sending the birds scattering in a screeching frenzy, sounding the alarm as they flew from danger. In our lives, spiritual warnings can be heard throughout Scripture. Cautions against false teachings, for example. We may doubt that's what we're hearing. Because of his love for us, however, our Heavenly Father provides the clarity of Scripture to make such spiritual dangers plain to us. In Matthew chapter 7, Jesus taught, watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. He continued, by their fruit you will recognize them. Every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. Then he warned us, by their fruit you will recognize them. The prudent see danger and take refuge. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3 reminds us. But the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Embedded in such warnings is God's protective love revealed in his words to us. As the birds warned each other of physical danger, may we heed the Bible's warnings to fly from spiritual danger and into God's arms of refuge. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 through 23. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Let's pray. Dear God, help us to understand that the warnings we see in Scripture are for our protection and benefit, and are there because you love us and want what's best for us. May we not resist these warnings, but faithfully obey, trusting that you know what's best for us, even when we don't understand. Thank you, Lord. It's in your name, Jesus, that we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Joyce Dinkin, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
And it's time to rise and shine.
Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, every day, we run to the sun, no sweat, not yet, down in the mess hall on my knees, we got nothing to eat but a can of beans, The bread was molded and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, all the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain, when I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump past the say 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a chilling glow. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne.
Hard work. There you go. Hard work. Everybody do it right. Hard work. That's what I say. Hard work. Earn my pay. Hard work. Do it every day. We're always ready for the call. We praise and trust in Thee. Through howling gale and shock and shell to win our victory. Send word for mountains to die. Our prayers and honor too. We're always ready to war night. I constantly fight fire. On we go into a wild.
And as it is our custom here, we got to pay homage to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, it's an Air Force town. So good morning to all the super duper almost paratroopers out there. Okay, so you get to ride around in airplanes. Okay, so did I. Okay, come on, man. And let's not forget Space Force. Okay, I'm just saying. All righty then. We'll be back with a God of Miracles. It's my audio presentation for this morning, and then the word of the day and the rest of that good stuff. So hang loose, hang tight. We'll be right back.
First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the Money Today guarantee. Can't wait weeks for your tax refund? Then don't. At Jackson Hewitt, get money today if you're approved for a no-fee refund advance loan on a prepaid card. Book today at jacksonhewitt.com. No-fee refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
It's going to be a cold day today. Temperatures with a northwest breeze, 10 to 20 miles an hour. They're only going to make it into the 40s this afternoon despite plenty of sunshine. Tonight, a hard freeze expected. We're down to 20 degrees. Make sure you're protecting people, pets, plants, and pipes. Tomorrow, sunshine, but only upper 30s. We're down into the upper teens tomorrow night. Low to mid 40s Sunday with mostly sunny skies.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. You keep listening, we'll keep you posted. McKinley Toyota has a great selection of Toyota Camrys, the number one selling car in America, and Toyota Corollas, the number one selling car in the world. You'll be grinning with McKinnon, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, front and back. It's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is major delay.
Heroes of the Storm was a League of Legends inspired game created by Blizzard in 2015. Blizzard tried to create an esport out of the title, but gave up in 2018. Once the game lost support, fans took action, and with their own hands created a remake, Resurgence of the Storm, a modified version of the game that was released within StarCraft 2. As Resurgence launches this week, will you go back to give the fans a second chance?
Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym. Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get. Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me. I've seen that on TV. Is it for real? Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean. And it's made a difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves? Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ENERGY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 321-321. That's ENERGY to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Is your old ride making you sick? Matt Horsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales. I'm the doctor of savings because I've got the cure for the common car. It's Budget Car and Truck Sales Double event. Right now through Monday, you can double your down payment, cash or trade, up to $4,000.
Camp Bow Wow invites you to be their Valentine, February 10th from 10 to 2 for their 4th annual Not to Be Loved event and adoption party. Join over 20 vendors and adoptable pups from multiple area humane societies. Food trucks, raffles, and more. Don't miss this free family event.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer skills in these matters.
For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell. Our free 2024 Gold Investment Guide isn't just a collection of tips. It's a treasure map to possible wealth in a shifting economy. We've distilled expertise and insights into this comprehensive guide, tailored for both newcomers and veteran investors. Ride the wave of gold to unprecedented heights. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 for your free guide. Call 800-900-8000 now.
Holds in her hand the most powerful pen in Alabama. In our state, the law says no judge can overrule a jury in death penalty cases. Governor Ivey's pen signed that bill into law. But Ivey's pen has left some people behind. People like Rocky Myers, who was already on death row after seriously flawed proceedings. A jury sentenced Rocky to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. But the judge overruled them and sentenced Rocky to death. It's time for Governor Ivey to pick up her pen and commute Rocky's death sentence before it's too late.
Alexa smart speakers are great because you don't have to turn a dial or push a button to listen to News Radio 1440. Just say, Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
I'm on it.
You're good to go.
Alexa, who's the greatest talk show host in the city of Montgomery? Well, it's you, Kevin. Thank you very much. I appreciate hearing that. If Alexa knows that, then everybody else should know too. Anyway, good morning to you. Our audio presentation today, then we'll get back into the lesson of life and the word of the day and stuff like that. But today's audio is an interesting one. I played it Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it was, and it's called A God of Miracles. It's a really, really motivating piece this morning that that y'all listen to. As a matter of fact, one thing I learned about miracles, though, you don't need one unless you're in some severe trouble. Okay, then. So I'm glad they're still around. We'll be back.
But no one wants to be put in the crisis that requires a miracle. The only way you really need a miracle is that you have a problem. And the bigger the problem, the bigger the miracle you need. We like miracles, but not the problems that go with them. But sooner or later, it's going to happen to you. The phone is going to ring, and your calm, tranquil, well-ordered life is instantly going to be in a raging storm. Sooner or later, you're going to face a crisis beyond your power to control.
Our God is a God who wants to perform the miraculous in your life. There are times in our lives where we face something that just seems like there's no way out. We could do all the math in our mind, and our mind will tell us there's nothing that can be done here. Maybe you're in a job, and you know God wants to bless you, but you look at your situation, you think, well, God can't move here. My boss doesn't like me. I can't get along with the other people at work. There's such a ceiling in my environment. It's impossible.
We do the same thing.
In this situation. Other times we might say, well, my marriage, Pastor, it's just
we
so
do
bad.
the same
It's
thing
been so many years
Montgomery,
that
Alabama.
it's been sliding in the wrong direction. I don't know that God could ever move our marriage into the position that he keeps talking about. How is God going to change these things in my life? Pastor, I've been attacked in my body for so long, and the diagnosis is that it's incurable. Nothing can be done here. I'm not sure that God could even move. I don't know what he would do. And our brain starts to opt us out of God's best in our lives. It says, well, the impossible things, I don't know that God still does that anymore. We begin to forget the things in our past where God did perform the miraculous. Can you think back to a time when God did something miraculous in your life that no one could explain? Something happened and you got a breakthrough when there seemed to be no way. There was a miracle that happened in your life that could not be explained with the mind. The mind wants to get in your way. It wants to say, well, that's impossible.
A lot of people believe in the Bible. They believe in the miracles in the Bible. What they don't believe is that God will do it for them and do it now. That's what faith is, believing that God can do it for you and do it right now.
We live in a world where everyone's telling you you can't pull this off. We live in a time when people even in the church don't believe in the power of the Holy Spirit and what he can do. Sometimes we just look at the scriptures and go, well, yeah, that was back then. And you guys, it's not about back then. It's about always. It's about ever since the beginning of this book and all the way to the end. The followers of God were filled with courage. There was a fearlessness in them. There was a confidence of, my God will come through. We grew up with these stories. We really did. And don't you remember as a kid just having this faith like God can do anything?
God loves to work best and shine his glory when things seem the darkest. When the Israelites were in a situation where they're hemmed in by the mountains, they couldn't escape the mountains. They had the sea in front of them, they couldn't swim across that, and the Egyptians were coming in, and God had positioned them there. They thought, well, what is going on? This is impossible. You know what? Even when it looks impossible, God can either blow up the mountains or he can part the sea. He's going to figure it out. We just have to keep believing that no matter how impossible it looks, God can still do it. I don't know how he's going to come through in this financial situation, but here's what I do know. I know that my God will meet all of my needs according to his riches and glory. I don't serve a God of the practicals. I serve a God of the miracles.
The God of the Bible is a miracle-working God. In the Genesis of time, he breathed into a handful of dirt, and Adam became a living soul. That was a miracle. He separated the day from the night. He flung the glittering stars against the velvet of the night to glisten like diamonds as an eternal reminder to mankind that he is the infinite creator. He set the sun ablaze and placed it in the heavens as his version of the eternal flame. The infinite power of God to create is far beyond our imagination to grasp. The God of this Bible is a God of might and miracles. He's a God of grace and glory. He's a God of power and patience. Moses parted the Red Sea and walked across on dry ground with almost 2 million people. He healed the lame, he healed the deaf, he healed the blind. That, my friend, is miracle working power.
We serve a Jesus who walked around making the uncommon events in the power of God look like they were common. Every day he was performing a miracle. You have that same spirit on the inside of you.
That's so rare that someone, even in church gatherings, so rare for someone to put their arm around you and remind you of how powerful you are, how powerful your God is who dwells inside of you, and what you can do. You know, we become more and more cowardly. He's never been pleased with cowardice. He's never been pleased with people who don't believe that he can come through and that he can do anything.
But have we lost the wonder of God? Do we see his might and majesty so often we're blind to his presence? Have you ever watched the sunset or the sunrise? That ball of fire that's glowing on the horizon. It's a staggering miracle that really you can't wrap your mind around. Why should you know this? Because on creation's morning, a divine spark of glory escaped from the fingertip of Almighty God. It blazes in the heavens on a daily basis as God's billboard to the nations of the earth. He's saying, this is my miracle working power of the God that created heaven and earth that you can serve. He is awesome. He is full of wonder. He is the light of the world.
Sometimes we think of all the busyness we're going to do to help God try and do what he's doing. Listen, take a step back and let God do what God's trying to do. Just put your faith that when things get impossible, he's going to unlock the impossible. He's going to show up in his glory so that we could say all these years later, that was God that did that and not us.
People get the idea it's easy for God to heal a head cold and he can't touch cancer. Let me tell you, cancer is not a challenge for God. When you have the faith for it, I mean, you can move mountains here. God's just waiting for you to uncross your fingers and start believing.
He wants you to see that miracle. He wants to wow you. And when we stop expecting and we negotiate, we say, well, how God's going to do that? I don't know. But you know what, God? I'm fine. Our brain tends to look at what the devil's bringing and say, well, that might be working. You know, it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's not a wow, but it'll do. I'll settle in this situation. I'm just going to take what this compromise is. Remember this. If you remember anything out of today, God is not a God of compromise. He's going to bring a miracle into your life. Don't accept second best.
We get knocked down here and there, and then people start telling you you can't pull it off, and our faith and that risk and that courage just seems to subside, and it's not right. It's not good. That's not how we want to live. Why don't I believe like I used to? We're children of God. God is still God, not just when we were little kids, but when we're 40, when we're 80. Just go, man, I'm going to go for it. God's done some amazing things throughout time. And as I grow in my knowledge, I want my courage and my boldness to grow with it, not the opposite.
Our Father which art in heaven is still Jehovah Rophi, the Lord that heals all disease. His Son, Jesus Christ, is still the great physician. He is the balm of Gilead. He is the from the grave. This is the word of the living God. It is a two-edged sword. This is the bread of life. This is living water. This word, spoken under the anointing of the Holy Spirit, is a divine proclamation that can move mountains and conquer diseases. You are what this book says you are. You can do what this book says you can do. You can have what this book says you can have. You can know what this book says you can know. You can go where this book says you can go. Nothing is impossible unto you. If you go in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, this book says, whatsoever you ask in my name, I will do it. And if that was the only verse in the Bible, it would make Christianity the greatest faith on the planet. Ask and you shall receive. Today I'm asking God that you receive the miracle that will turn your life around.
The God of miracles. How many of us really believe it? Oh, we like saying it, like coming off our lips. But how much? But how much of us? How many of us really believe it? It's kind of like when I hear people say, "I just love God." How many of us really do? How many of us are willing to put our faith and our stock into that which we say we believe? It is. It is a. Uh, and each one of us has to answer that for our own selves. Nobody can answer it for you. But do you still believe in miracles? You know, I hear people often say, "Well, in biblical days." Well, I would suggest to tell you that we live in biblical days today. I would suggest to tell you that. I mean, it's still the same God, the same earth. We live in biblical days today, but somehow we believe at times that the only miracles we know about, the only things we know about, are those back in the day in the Bible. But I think there's a miracle going someplace every day. Been to a hospital lately? Hmm. They are still happening for those, of course, that believe. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Now, today, we got word of the day, and of course, it's a great day to be alive. All right, the word of the day. Now, this is the name of my son's photography thing, and of course, I came up with it for him. Okay, but because it is what pictures do for us. Pictures of today remind us tomorrow of this day. You know, so that's how pictures are past, present, and future. Okay, and that's what they do. They remind us of tomorrow. So reminisce is the word of the day. REMINISCE. REMI. Excuse me. Let me start over again. Reminisce. 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 It is to indulge in the process or practice of thinking or telling about past experiences. The only problem I got living in Alabama, we spend a lot of time reminiscing. A lot of time. We even reminisce about things we don't know about. Okay, I'm just saying. Sometimes it's good to reminisce, but you can't spend your life going backwards. You have to go forward sometimes. But keep the picture. Keep the picture to reflect on where you've been. But reminiscing is temporary memory as opposed to stationary memory that stays there all the time. We do have to at some point in our lives move on to different and better places. All right. But the word of the day is reminisce, to indulge in the process or practice of thinking or telling about past experiences. Now today's lessons of life, it is a question that we can spend the rest of the day, and I'm not gonna give you the answer. I'm not gonna give you my answer, but it'd be interesting sometime throughout the show today for you guys to figure out what the answer is. And I ask this question at least once a year, and I said, how do you know when you have given enough? There is but one answer to the question, not 20,000, There's but one answer to this question. So sometime through the day, if you think you have that answer, I got anything to give you? I don't think I got anything to give you. Well, you'll give encouragement to other people. Okay, I don't have anything to give away today. That's the other station over there. Yeah, 92 and 103 and all of they give stuff away. We don't give stuff away. Hell, all of us on Social Security, we get free money. Well, it ain't exactly free. Okay, we paid into it. I'm just saying. So anyway, how do you know when you have given enough? There is but one answer to the question. Just one. One answer. Anyway, so if you figure that out during the day, during the show today, let me know. All right. It is January the 19th. It is the 19th day of 2024. There are 346 days left. It was on January the 19th, 1981. United States and Iran signed an accord paving the way for the release of 52 Americans held hostage for more than 14 months. Now. I was okay. I got to tell you a story. I just got to tell you this story. I'm sitting in the air. I'm ready to go. Okay. Now, okay. I'm not going to put myself like some hero, but it was my first endeavor into. I was really in the Army. Okay, because I was with Fort Lewis and we had on our stuff, and all that kind of crap, our camouflage on stuff like that. And I saw Sergeant Conrad with like an 18-inch knife. I said, "Where are we going?" And they was getting ready to send us over there. They was getting ready to send us over there. I'm glad I didn't have to go because all that flying don't do me much good. But we was ready to go. That's right, because I think that isn't that when Ronald Reagan took office? Oh yeah, we was going to go in and kick some butt. But then we got the word. Then we got the word that the 82nd was more expendable. Okay then. I went on back on the barracks when they took us off alert, and I just went on back in there and went to the mess hall and did my thing. But we was ready to go, baby. I was ready to go. I don't know how it would have ended, but I know we was ready to go. But at that time I was glad I wasn't in the 82nd Airborne. Okay, on 1861, Georgia became the fifth state to secede from the Union. I think Georgia came back. Alabama's still thinking about it. 1915, Germany carried out the first air raid on Britain during World War I as a pair of Zeppelins dropped bombs into the Great Yarmouth and King Lind's in England. In 1942, during World War II, Japanese forces captured the British Proctorate of North Borneo, or whatever the hell that is. A German submarine sank the Canadian liner RMS Lady Hawkins off Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, killing 251 people. Man surely has a reputation of killing each other. Man. 1944, the federal government relinquished control of the nation's railroads to their owners following a settlement and over a wage dispute. 1953, CBS TV aired the widely watched episode of I Love Lucy, in which Lucy Ricardo, played by Lucille Ball, gave birth to little Ricky. By coincidence, Ball gave birth the same day to her son, Desi Arnaz Jr. In 1966, Indira Gandhi was chosen as Prime Minister of India by the National Congress Party. 1987, Guy Hunt became Alabama's first Republican governor since 1874, as he had sworn into office succeeding George C. Wallace. In 2005, the American Cancer Society reported that cancer had passed heart disease as a top killer of Americans age 85 and younger. In 2006, Vice President Dick Cheney defended his administration's domestic surveillance program, calling it an essential tool in monitoring Al-Qaeda and other terrorist organizations. Well, the government has always come up with an excuse to proud its citizens, haven't it? Not just in Germany and all the other places, but here too. In the year 2009, Russia and Ukraine signed a deal restoring natural gas shipments to Ukraine and paving the way to an end of the nearly 2-week cutoff of most Russian gas to a freezing Europe. That's why Mama used to say, "God bless a child that got his own." Okay, we need that's what these idiots in the White House trying to do now. Make us dependent on everybody else in the world when we one of the few countries in the world that is self-contained. Okay, we got oil, we got snow, we got mountains, we got sun, we got everything. Everybody's trying to get it. We got America has it. All right, I'm just trying to tell you. 12 years ago, 6 Marines were killed in a helicopter crash in southern Afghanistan. Texas Governor Rick Perry abruptly quit the Republican presidential race. One of the world's most popular file sharing sites, megaupload.com, was shut down as its founder and several company officials were accused of facilitating millions of illegal downloads of films, music, and other. Rupert Murdoch's media empire apologized and agreed to cash payouts to 37 people who had been harassed and phone hacked by its tabloid press. 7 years ago, with fireworks heralding the big moment, Donald Trump swept into Washington on the eve of his presidential inauguration and pledged to unify nations sorely divided and clamoring for change. Well, we got the change. We did. We did. Actor Miguel Ferrer died in Los Angeles at his home at age 61. And it was is that it? Is that everything? Okay. All right. There's it. Today's birthdays. Tippi Hedren is 92. Former PBS newsman Robert McNeil is 91. And movie director Richard Lester is 90. Actor singer Michael Crawford is 80. Actor Shelley Fabre is 78. Country singer Dolly Parton, believe it or not, is 76 years old. Former ABC newsman Ann Crumpton is 75. TV chef Paula Deen is 75. 75 seems like to be a good age to try to reach for. Anyway, so those are just some of the things that are happening in this day. Anyway, time for me to get out of here now and go to the break, and we'll come back hopefully in a little bit here. Figure it out. Okay, so y'all hang loose. I'm going to place. It's a Friday, weekend eve. I'm feeling good. How about you?
News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Janice Williams with WSFA News. This is News Friday. The celebrations continue after Washington D.C. for downtown Montgomery, and today, celebrations today zero. As tonight, the leaders of the Dale Cemetery in downtown Montgomery, Williams.
Radio 1440. The home of soccer. The CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Stacey Lynn. All eyes on New Hampshire with the primary only 4 days away. Former President Trump is the front runner with former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley trailing behind. He told Fox News.
Democrats want her to run desperately, so they have a lot of Democrats signing up in New Hampshire, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Caitlin Huey Burns is in Manchester. Haley told you independent voters in New Hampshire like Greg Hartnett. Former South Carolina governor has picked up the pace on the campaign trail, hard swimming in New Hampshire to try and close the gap with Trump. Voters hit the polls there on Tuesday. Once again, a government shutdown was averted after Congress approved a temporary spending bill. Texas Republican Chip Roy was not on board.
It does not matter
who's sitting in the speaker seat or who's got the majority. We keep doing the same stupid stuff.
Snow is coming down along parts of the East Coast, including in Buffalo, just in time for this weekend's Bills-Chiefs playoff game. Weather Channel meteorologist Jordan Steele.
Here at Orchard Park, we've got plows still trying to clear feet of snow from Stadium parking lots. In fact, I can hear them plowing this morning. Where I'm standing, we've got, let's say, anywhere from 2 to 3 feet of snowfall as far as the eye can see.
Now to a high-profile murder case from 2004. Scott Peterson is serving life in prison for the murder of his pregnant wife and unborn son. But the Innocence Project has filed a motion to get DNA evidence from the original trial tested. Mike Bellamizieri was on the jury.
You got a long way to go to convince me that he wasn't guilty. Because I spent 5.5 months in the courtroom listening to testimony, looking at evidence.
It was a day late, but a successful liftoff for SpaceX.
I'm Peter King at Kennedy Space Center. The Axiom 3 crew is expected to dock with the International Space Station in Midland for Friday night and full-time Saturday. The President also get to work out several presidents with their own countries. 11 crew members representing 8 countries will aboard the station.
Now, you might want to skip the oysters this weekend. There have been dozens of reports of people getting sick from eating raw oysters from Southern California. They may be contaminated with norovirus. According to the FDA, the oysters were distributed to different restaurants and stores in California and Sao Paulo in Mexico. This is CBS News. The brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to kill us home. That's why I told my husband we could not afford living any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy, nearly $50 a month. Then we took Select Quote. Select Quote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, Select Quote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call Select Quote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com at 1-800-330-1991. Select Quote. Shop. You save. Full details and example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
A new city could be coming to Cali. Silicon Valley billionaires are back in the new California community. The plan would need approval of voters in November to allow building on agricultural land in Sonoma County between the San Francisco Bay Area and Sacramento. The company, California Forever, secretly snapped up $800 million worth of land in 3 years. The initial plan includes nearly 20,000 homes and is built as a walkable, affordable city. We need enough support to ready for that. CBS News. And ready Hunger Games fans. Here's some reason to reread the best-selling dystopian novel again. The new Hunger Games Illustrated edition will be out October 1st. It will feature more than 30 black and white movies. The new book will serve as a content for longtime fans and a visual introduction to the Hunger Games movies. Stay tuned. CBS News.
Are you a person who is looking for
Join our team at DePop Advertising. We believe that work should be fun and rewarding. But more than that, we offer you the opportunity to work with a team of creative and passionate professionals who are dedicated to helping our clients succeed. If you're ready to take your career to the next level, we encourage you to apply today. Go to depopadvertising.com and click on the Contact Us button. Send us your info and we'll respond. That's DAPOP advertising.com.
If you're always missing part of your favorite show because you have to get out of the car, don't worry, take us with you, either through our streaming app or through your Alexa or Google smart home device. News Radio 1440.
Oh, yes, indeed. Say it, man. It's been. Say it, man. Say it, say it, say it. Oh, yeah. Why is that? Why is that? I don't know. Mm-hmm. 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 Say it, man. Say it. How long has it been? Long time, long time. Change won't come. Say it, man. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get a job trying to get a job at the BBC week. You act like you do my German's like Frank Sinatra. I didn't know. I'm just saying. Somebody's got to give me an interview up there. Well, they don't call it. They call it audition. They put the microphone in my hand. Make sure you got a good system out there, and I can sing. You gotta have a good. You can't. If I don't sing loud, I don't scream over the guitar player, and I don't scream over the band, I don't over the drummer. No, no, no. You got you need make the people like two octaves, and you need four of the octaves. I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, good morning. Hopefully they find everybody well. Oh, who is this already? Let's see who this is. Evidently someone got something in the mind. Good morning. I'm fine. Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Ed. Yeah, here's an interesting story for you. With you. Now, if I hadn't read it for myself, I would not believe it. But there are some things in life that are true, that are true that doesn't seem to be that good. This is a story out of Columbia County, Ohio. After a man from Ohio died several days before the new year, deputies say they discovered he had been living with his wife in an RV for 6 years. There's nothing wrong with living in an RV for 6 years. Unfortunately, his wife had been dead for those 6 years, and he lived in the trailer with her. Now, I mean, I personally don't understand that kind of thing. But, Robert Rea had failed to report her passing, according to the family member, and took care of her remains himself for 6 years, leading up to his death. The sheriff officer said they discovered both Peggy Ray and Robert Ray were devout Quakers and wanted to be buried at the same time. Okay. I just think that's kind of a little different. It is, but hey, he didn't leave it. So I'm good with that. Oh, and yesterday, did anybody get a note that yesterday's school time was the regular time? Did anybody get that? Get that note? Because I took G to school yesterday, and he was he said he was late, but we never got to know that school was going to start at the same time. As I heard, it was like 10 o'clock, around there. Anybody get it? I mean, listen, Melvin, come on. You got our cell phones. We always send a thing out telling us that what time to have our kids at school. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. Did anybody else get a note yesterday, a text message or anything that school started at the regular time? I don't know. Oh, yesterday morning. I just thought I didn't say my child ain't never been late for school. Never. So if he didn't know he had to be there, then he would have been there. But we didn't know. We kind of like saying about a year. All right, I'm just saying. This is a big part of the thing I was saying. That's really, messing up. Good morning, who's this? Yeah. Email who? Yeah, who? But I got. They do text me. But they do text me, and just text me. Tell me what's going on. Just text. I mean, email. You talk about email. I don't watch myself on my computer wait for email. You got. Yeah. Wait. So you knew that school started at the regular time yesterday? No. Well, you should have told me. You should have told me that. Yes, yeah. I think school started at 9. 9 is not the regular time. The regular time is 7 something. Yeah. Yeah. Right. But I don't know it. I didn't know it. But I don't get out of work because mom had to work and I don't get out of work at 9 o'clock anyway. So I couldn't have got them there at 9 o'clock anyway. You know what I mean? Okay. And so they didn't send it to everybody that I would have done. Well, did they? Well, wait a minute. Then how come I'm not in the system? No, I get no. They have my cell phone. They got his mom's cell phone. We got all this stuff. It's in there. All they got to do is send it up. Bam, we own it. How do you know we do? You don't have no kids going to school. How do you know? Yeah, no, we don't say But regular time for school is 7 something, right? Isn't that the regular time? What? What? What grocery store you in at 7 o'clock in the morning? Which one? They open? Oh, tell Mike I said hi. Yeah, that's under that place over there. All right, good. Yeah, and look at if you got some, how about bringing some grits up there on the way home? I'm just saying. Later. All right, then. One more time. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. Okay. Who? Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, we go to Lee slash JP, but okay. But then I didn't get it. I mean, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I just didn't. What school you associated with? Okay, okay. We have a new whatever new name they call it, different boxes, same content. Yeah, yeah. I guess. Okay. 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 Listen, they changed the school name, the color, they changed everything but the conduct. Okay. Yeah, I guess we do. Okay. Now look at me. I gotta ask you a question. I gotta ask you a question. You know the new hairdos that the ladies are wearing these days. You know the hairdo or hair, where it look like something stuck their hand in a white bug. Listen, yeah, yeah, yeah. I I totally okay. Look, you try to convince yourself that it looks good, but you know that to walk around with your head looking like a scarecrow is absolutely insulting. Well, it certainly, yeah, it certainly, it's, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it scared the hell out of me too. I'm just telling you. I mean, my lord. And now, wait. Now you know that a white guy can't say nothing about their hair, right? Because you prejudiced. I'm telling you right now. Come here. Come- oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's true. Now one thing, right? Now the one thing I can't understand, yeah. Well, a white guy with cornrows. I said, come on, man. Yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah, well, I understand. I just want to make sure I wasn't the only one who knows that. I mean, a white guy with cornrows. Come on, man. I mean, where are you on here? I mean, you stop trying to. What's the word they call that now? When you appropriate other people's culture. You know, I mean, come on. That's like me sitting on the bench, sitting on the river with one of those limbs with a string attached to it. How about I'm going fishing? Now, anybody think that I'm going fishing, okay, with a pole with a string on it and a hook? That must be crazy. I'm going to Winn Dixie and get me some fish. Or to that other fish place over there in Number Bridge since you don't ever advertise with me, I ain't gonna give a free plug. But I'm getting the fish is already cooked. I'm not setting it. Okay. I'm not appropriating my misappropriating other people's culture. I like my culture. I haven't figured out exactly what it is. But ladies, please comb your hair. I'm just telling you, comb your hair. Okay. It is not cute anymore. Well, and I still see guys walking around with their pants down. One of the most embarrassing things that I see is when a guy is picked up by the police and he got his pants on his knees. I said, so why don't you just take the pants off, man? I mean, just run with your drawers on. Just take them off. Because you not only are you a crook now, you're looking like a stupid crook. Well, I'm just saying, I just where's our world going to? Yeah. What happened to decorum? What happened to men looking like men? And guys with these skinny suits on. Okay? Listen, no wonder the birth rate is low. Okay? I'm just telling you, I don't know how y'all get everything in them. Okay? But I'm just saying, wear men, get some Paul Harvey suits, okay? Got a lot of leg room in them and stuff like that. I'm just saying, we got to start looking like men. No wonder the women are liking women. That's close. Some of the women are closest thing to a man they can see. I'm just saying. You need to look like men. Like you. Good morning. Well, wait a minute. At least they recognize the set. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I don't understand why he was raised. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but he's misappropriating other people's culture. Black folks wear braids in their hair. Yeah, that's it. True. Well, I like the preacher. I think the preacher's a good guy, and I think most of the people are nice people. I just like black folks gospel music because I don't. Wait a minute. I don't change what I believe when I go to church, right? Because no. I said stop misappropriating culture because black folks got the grade thing going. I'm not trying to take any. I'm not trying to take anything out of my church. Yeah, no, I don't. No. Wait, no. Wait, listen. When we all stand up, I stand up and I don't really. And me too. Me too. But well, because I like the people. Because I like the people. But I don't like. But listen. When I go to, nobody in there starts singing Tremaine Hawkins when I get in there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Brock, one of the Brock is going to be with me 6:45 next week one morning and talk about that. As a matter of fact, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Well, because yeah. Well, a lot of these. Wait. Yeah. But it has taken a while for them to get there, and because they use their wait a minute. Guyan Cross and some of these other schools, the other schools that this running for the state board now, Meadows. Listen, these people for the short time they've been in business, absolutely, I give them absolutely commendation. Yeah. I do not know, and I don't really know. I could. Well, that's why I'm gonna get. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get. Let me ask you something. What makes you think? Wait a minute. What makes you think? What we do have a standard to measure by. Every last one of us has been a student in somebody's school. Every last one. We know. We know what an environment. We know what an environment. Now you talked about already. We all know the environment of a school when you walk into a school should look like, it should feel like. Everybody knows that. It should be clean. Okay. Mhm. Well, I got Mr. I got Mr. Okay, yeah. Well, anyway, listen. I got Mr. Brock coming on next week to talk to us about. You can ask him any question you want to ask him. Well, where you going? That's right, Dick. No. Wait a minute. What helped? What? You got a $9 billion education budget. You got to support $9 billion. $9 billion. I didn't say 9 million. 9 billion. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Let me get a word in here first. Let me ask you. Be quiet for a second. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you the question. Do you believe that people, if they could get the same atmosphere of a private school or a valiant call or any of those other schools, I don't have to. Do you believe that if we could get the same environment and the same expectation in public school as we get in private school, do you believe that people will be paying 1,500? Do you believe they will be paying $1,500 a month to send their kids to a private school? Because they don't have to deal with all the public school regulations. Valiant Cross made their reputation. Valiant Cross made their reputation on being different. Okay, let me ask you something. Public school would not let you have a all male or an all female school. They can. They can. I ain't never gonna come to Yard. Wait a minute. They already got. We know what they are. They're doing it every day. Well, listen. Next week, I talked to Mr. Okay, I got appreciate you all. Next week, I talked to Mr. Brock, and he'll be here about 6:45 in the morning because they got work to do, and I don't normally have guests first. I won't have guests first next week, and they're going to be here. After the break, and we'll be back. Right to it.
forecast.
Oh, what the hell he said?
I'm sagging. A full day today, temperatures with a northwest breeze next to this afternoon, despite plenty of sunshine. Tonight, no breeze expected around 20 degrees. Protecting people next wind and night tomorrow. That's all good news. It's the wall from a
Here for the common cause. You can double your down payment actual today up to $4,000. Your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. After taxes, if the whole body's giving you or have it, I've got the prescription you need. So right now, you got to come to without talking off a lot of dough. It's double per day. Double is nothing just to do that. Make the top of the account. When the people pay the fuel cost, it's like a food picture. The discount offer that's making you sick and critical happy today and healthier is a nice fuel cost. I've got the cure for the common cause. We're having you happy up to $4,000 after trade. Here's the thing, once I've got 20 people, I'm the fuel for my fuel cost. I'm not going to say, I'm the fuel for it. We all of us think like the budget for the budget for the
Put the shoes on. Look up to the doctor in 10 minutes. Okay, and I'm going to have to do it. Yeah, that's after we really got sick. You have to make sure all your vaccines are safe before you start back to school. How to without a record for the school. County law requires children of all ages to be up to communications before attending school. Also known as measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox. Hi, I'm Dr. Nita Johnson. Today, in the American Academy of enrollment in college hospitality that rules for your team, including hearing people, driving only during the day and with limited distractions, including make sure your team knows it is never
The internet is fast and unending, but you don't have to go that far to hear your favorite talk show hosts. Stop the news at newsradio1440.com.
Okay, we're back. It is 7:36 in the morning. We got to be somewhere by 8 o'clock. You got about 24 minutes to get there. That'd be fine. That's good. You still have your job. Don't worry about it. Anyway, see, Duke tries to just go on and on and on and on, so a brother can't get no word in. But the bottom line is that most of it, again, though, how many of you people think that people would rather spend $1,500 a month sending their kids to a private school if they could? I don't think most of them really wish we could get the same environment. And all I hear from administrators of schools, well, this is a public school. And I keep asking them, show me in the law where it says you have to put up with incorrigibility, disrespect, lack of show me where in the law it says you got to put up with that kind of environment. I understand that kids that go to the impact programs, to the magnet school, probably are a little bit brighter than me. I have to follow that and they need that place where they can roam and stretch their imagination, because those are the future leaders, the future scientists, the future doctors of our time, and so why do we act like they're all kids are the same? We're not. But the one thing we can do for all kids is hold them to standard, the same standard of decorum, the same standard of discipline. Okay? No, but we turn around and give people special pieces of paper called IEPs, a lot of them, and then they can pretty much do what the hell they want to do. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking, I'm telling you what I know. Okay? So we don't even try to corral them anymore. I would say most people, I mean, you know what a man could do with an extra $1,500 a month uh, in his household? You know what he would do with that? Anything he wanted to. You know, that could be your car for your 16th birthday or something. So I'm telling you, there's a reason why people take, and it has nothing to do with color. We're always using the color thing, color this, color that. It's got to do with culture, not color. I'm just telling you. 864-424, come on, who's this? Morning. I'm doing fine, fine. Yes, it is. Yes, yes. Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely. Right. Right. But I think you'll agree. There's no reason in the world why the environment in regular public school should not be the same environment in private school. There's no reason. Right. There's no discipline. Yeah. Yeah. But if it doesn't start at home, right. But if it doesn't start at home, right. And so yeah. They do that. Yeah. 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 Now you wait a minute. They ain't nothing quite like a stepdaddy whooping. You know, Graham. Yeah, you know, Graham. You don't do that. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take one more. Good morning. Yes, I'm doing fine. Mm-hmm. Well, not free him, but at least commuted back to what the judge said. I mean, yeah, not the judge said what the jury said. I think the jury said life in prison, and they still kind of figure out if the information they received at that trial was accurate or not. But the judge overruled the jury, and I think Governor Ivey once signed that piece of paper said that right that you can't that the judge cannot overrule the jury. So. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think the innocent project. Well, I know they had one at one time. Petters used to do it, but evidently, and then my good friend Osborne used to fight, but he got, I think they got it like, yeah. Mm. Yeah, I guess it did. Speaking of judges, have you seen the comments in the pool and Griffin race? I mean, they slapping each other around. All right. Yeah, I got to take a break, but we appreciate it. We'll be right back after this.
Now, we are Valentine's, January 10th to the 2 for the Must Be Love event and adoption party. Multiple area humane societies, food trucks, and 20 plus local vendors. Don't miss this free family event. Go to campoutlaw.com or call 401.
Yeah.
That person is going to become monster. Right now, cash or trade, $4,000. Now, you could drive a car you love without coughing up a lot of dough. It's double today. Trust me, double is nothing to sneeze at. Sweat and tax credit mishaps. My For the People credit approval process is like a spoonful of sugar. So ditch that old clunker that's making you sick and cruise home happy today and healthier in a nicer, newer car. Because I've got the cure for the common car. We'll double your down payment up to $4,000 cash for trade. But hurry, these deals are done once I've helped 73 people find a cure for a nicer, newer car. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all of these great rides at budgetsays.yes.com. Budgetsays.yes.com.
You can set reminders, make a grocery list, look up random facts and info in seconds, and play your favorite talk show, all with your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440.
Okay, then we're back. Let me get his phone right quick. And good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. If I was in Congress, I would actually recommend the left lane from 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning, was strictly for truckers. I just think we get in their way, especially me, because I ain't going that fast. So I just think we gotta let those guys run, and the speed limit should be no less than 75 miles an hour. If they crash, well, they should have went slower. But I'm just saying we didn't let those guys get on about their business and get that commerce moving. Yeah, I did. But I think that's happening all over America. These people trying to get the hell out of there with the rules and regulations that are coming down, boys going in the girls' bathroom, girls. I just, reading and writing is secondary now. Why are you there? Yeah, well, listen, I'll do my best to get one. If you know one, hey, come on up and let's have that conversation. But yeah, I don't know if there's any we already don't know. Yeah, but the thing about it though, the people who are paying that for those public dollars are also are tasked with paying for good education for their kids in private schools also. So why wouldn't we want to fix that? Yeah, yeah, and that's the one that's missing out of all of this. And I don't know who made the law that said you cannot discipline kids in school, but I don't. All right, dude. Appreciate it. One more call. Good morning. Who's this? Morning. Right. Is it let me ask you, is it partly because we want to guarantee everybody passes? But yeah, and yeah, hey, listen, you can call me back if you need to, and we can finish the conversation. I gotta go. We'll be back.
Ice New Zealand. A big chunk of the country is dealing with a winter storm, bringing snow, ice, and bitterly cold temps. Odyssey meteorologist Kevin Elkins.
About 56% of the country has snow falling or snow on the ground at this time.
It's the first major snowstorm to hit Philadelphia in about 2 years. KYW's Tim Jimenez is there.
Looking out is the Philly skyline, or what the silhouette of the Philly skyline, because of the visibility, because of the snow coming down. You can't see things clearly from where we are here. City Hall can barely make it out from where we are here at the top of the Art Museum steps.
And with the winter storm hitting the East Coast, here's your chance to make some money. The Buffalo Bills need you to come shovel snow. They play the Chiefs Sunday and are looking for people to help out. They'll pay you $20 an hour. A change for people plagued by red tape. The agency now offering new funds up front to survivors who can't return home following a disaster, including those staying with family with friends. Plus, more options for underinsured Americans. The projected price tag, $671 million per year. The new rule goes into effect March 22nd. Nicole Scandia, CBS News, Washington. Only 4 days out from the New Hampshire primary, and the Republican presidential hopefuls are in full campaign mode. On a CNN town hall, Nikki Haley said, "Our founders established a country that promised equality for all, calling it a work in progress." The intent was to do the right thing. Now, did they have to go fix it along the way? Yes, but I don't think the intent was ever that we were going to be a racist country. Making some changes for workers, WWJ Radio's Jeff Gilbert has details.
Sports gentlemen, shift at the electric F-150 Lightning Rouge Electric Vehicle Center. Now Ford is adding this year to a plant that makes Broncos and Rangers. It's growth in EV sales this year, but not as much as they first expected.
More people have gotten sick from charcuterie trays. CBS's Jim Cristina report.
At least 47 people in 22 states have been sick. 10 people have been hospitalized, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The outbreak has been linked to Busetto and Fratelli Beretta brand meat trays.
Wayfair's just got jobs. Wayfair's laying off over 1,600 employees, including 19% of its corporate team. The latest restructuring is expected to save the company about $280 million. Ahead of the open on Wall Street, stock futures are pulling higher. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not let him get life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a $10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $40 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Travel is back in around the world is due to a change in pre-pandemic levels this year. Specialized in tourism, in 2023 saw travel bump up to 88% of pre-pandemic levels. So there is still some need to come from people who missed out on vacations during COVID. That and increased flight connections is expected to lead to a full recovery of the industry next year. Emergency issues. What those Chuck E. Cheese animatronics creeped you out as a kid? A new Chuck E. Cheese themed competition shows in the works as for adults now. Contestants will play giant versions of classic arcade games like pinball, air hockey, even a giant human claw game. The big kids will win tickets just like you would get at Chuck E. Cheese, and the ones with the most gets to trade them in for prizes. It is still unclear when the show will debut. Stipulate CBS News.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with access to command on divorce lawyers' skills these matters. For the marriage and custody, visit Joe Cordell.
Okay, we are back. I don't know why every once in a while we do on the school thing. I guess it's because school is the first place where parents who don't have much of that um, and try to put their kids in a position to be self-sufficient when we're all young. But too late, we will be done. And the only way we can lead them back to is a decent education, at least a kids, and start off in life. The school happens to be the first monumental thing for most kids in the beginning of their lifetime. It is the beginning of adulthood when they accomplish at least that one Herculean task of taking going through 12 years of education. And we like to know that the education that they're getting will actually put them in the proper position to at least have an opportunity to be successful. And in the last 30 years or so, it seems that those possibilities of success are being limited to people who go to private schools, magnet schools, and schools where the expectation of excellence is still there. And we make excuses to everybody else. So our schools are dwindling down, but our prisons are dwindling up. It seems pretty soon we'll have more people in prison than we do in school, and it's our fault. It's our fault. And it's the people that we put in public office and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. So I think that's why it's such a big deal. All of us not going to have a lot of money to leave back. Insurance, and after a while, insurance be going to be broke again, and so you got to give them something that gives them at least a head up. Oh, and one more while it's on my mind, one more cultural thing that is absolutely gets on my nerve. You see the men and women walking around with these things in their nose, like an okay? I don't know who told them that looks good. Okay, walking around looking like a cat with a hook in your nose. I know that some of these people want to fire you. I know they do. Okay, now if you're in radio or something like that, you're entertainment. Okay, but do I really need to come to work and see and you got a hook in your nose, like your hook on the car? Really? Seriously? Come on, man. I mean, was that dumb? Was that getting that stupid? And you get infections in your nose, infections in your ear. I've seen some things recently that I just never believed nothing was gonna move. Okay, now I believe it. And now, oh yeah, and now they took it out of the hook mode now and put one inside the nose, on the nose, on the outside. What the fuck was that? Anyway, okay, I would never hire you in person. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I can handle earrings and stuff like that, but the hook thing through your nose, oh no, you wouldn't be working for me. I'm just trying to get. Where's my phone? Come on, who's this? Pretty good. Right. Right. All right. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. It already is room temperature. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it. All right. 860-1440. Good morning. Who's this? Me, John. Mm-hmm. But that was strictly for financial, right? But that was strictly because they had somehow negated to keep a reserve, a certain amount of money in reserve. They never dealt with the environment of the school. No, they only keeping money. Mhm. But here's the get me, John. Here's the get me, John. Everybody knows it. And everybody knows what's wrong. Even teachers talk to me and tell me they know what's wrong. They just pretty much have given up on it. And now it's just go to work, get the check, and leave. And some of them really have great attitudes, but they don't know what to do when there's no discipline, when there's no avenue to correct problems except get somebody else another IEP and send them down to the place. And I mean, they're all frustrated, and they just want to get the check and leave. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Right, right. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Since you worked in private school too, right? Okay, okay. Because I'm trying to figure out what right, so in private schools, and this I just want to clear something up. Does the academic standards are they judged by the state by any metric on whether or not they are successful, or are they their own governing body? And if you walk out there with a high school diploma, is there no one that tests the veracity of that diploma? Mm-hmm. But is but that's the state. But I'm just that's the. Is there any way that if I go to St. James, is there any way that I, as a parent, know whether or not the education is any better in St. James than it is in Lee, or whatever the new name is? But is- can they sit side by side and compare the standards? Yeah. And why would that be? Why are we seeing the kids in St. James are smarter, inherently smarter, or is that the expectation of excellence is more in St. James than it is in Montgomery Public School? Yeah. But why? How come? Why? Yeah. Mm. I understand. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. But academically, shouldn't the standard be the same? In other words, yeah, well, in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That should be the same. It's the same thing whether you go to St. James or you go to Lee. The information that is at their disposal is still the same as it is in any other place in the world. So why can't so, right? So why is it? Well, and there's where I'm getting confused here. If the same information is being disseminated in private schools and magnet school, then and the same information being distributed at traditional school, then what makes one environment so much better than the other? Yeah. Mhm. Sure. Yeah. That's true. Heck, I go to a talk, yeah, but it's always get talked to. Someone said, it says St. James is a college preparatory program. Now, listen, I don't want you to laugh at me when I say this. Listen, every high school supposed to prepare you for college if that's where you want to go. I don't understand that one. It's kind of like comparing West Point and Alabama two different missions. I would agree that the missions are the same, but I thought every high school is supposedly, at least in theory, preparing you for the next level if you should decide that's where you want to go. You know, maybe they do it away because college don't care if you show up or not. Don't just send you a check. We'll be back.
Your morning espresso starts right here. Unite on, and that would be the border be secure and stopping the deficit of debt building of the federal government, especially after Joe Biden. He traded more dollars last year alone. Too much cannot survive with all of this as a country. That means this year alone, we're going to, before we pay a penny for our defense, before we pay a penny out of Social Security, Medicare, a penny to any government program, into any government agency, you first have to pay the $1 trillion just to pay the interest on our debt. It's unsustainable.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
Personal safety for you and your family is a year-round priority. If you have not developed a plan to find Burner, the less lethal pistol, at the top of your 2024 resolution list, you spell it BYRNA. Now, when you're looking for protection, you need a reliable tool that can send potential threats running in the opposite direction. Burner is the answer. Now, I personally own several Burner launchers. They're legal in all 50 states, and Burner can ship their less lethal pistols and rifles directly to your door. You're responsible one owner. Guess what? Your approach on the use of force. You need to be smart by starting with less lethal and determining if we need to elevate our use of force to stop a particular threat. A Burner is proudly American. It's manufactured in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Just go to Burner, byrna.com/Hannity right now and get 10% off on your purchase. Now choose Burner for peace of mind and the protection of you and your family.
dyrna.com.
Join Sean Kennedy, news experts, Chinese, Joe Biden, news radio,
Okay, we're back. It is 8:31 in the morning on this Friday weekend eve. Well, you guys give us call 860-424. Remember, you can always text me. Text me 241-9998. If you want to do so. I'm going to go to the phone. We'll take a while to talk to that one caller there. Good morning. Thanks for holding. All right then. Good morning on there. That's you. I got it in my phone. I think it's going to be next Tuesday. Well, I'll reconfirm that on Monday. Yeah, it'll be here. In the morning. Early in the morning. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Okay then. Thank you. You'll be here. Good morning on there. I guess if you don't work there, you don't know. Well, nobody needs to make them look bad now. They do a good job. Yeah. Yeah. But let me tell you what you hear. Let No, 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 no. Let me tell you what you hear is a lot of grown people asking the question, who's in charge? I don't blame the kids for anything because they only do what they're allowed to do. What you hear is keep asking. Remember, didn't we talk about that? We're talking about we're asking, where is the leadership? Why do these environments exist in our schools? And that's what we're asking. We're not blaming the kid. Listen, if I was still a teenager in school, I would be doing the same thing some other teenagers do. As much as I could get away with. We're not asking that. What we're asking the teachers, the superintendents, the state board of education, our state board members, who's I think that's Chestnut, who rarely I ever hear from, if ever. Um, I'm trying to figure out what the hell we got a state board of education for, if in fact Ms. Chestnut, who was supposed to represent me, never has called me to me. Never has called me and said, listen, let me come on and talk. They get together and they talk a lot of habla and puke, and then nothing changes at this level. It doesn't change because they're more concerned about how things look than the way things are. Again, would people rather spend their money, that $1,500 a month they spend on private school, would they rather keep that money in their pocket if they could be assured that the environment that they send their kids to is conducive to learning? Okay? I just, nobody's that rich. They just want to burn money up. Not that I know of anyway. Good morning. Yes. Uh, Discipline, common sense, and the excuse making's got to go. Most of it. Most of it. Yeah. It's awfully bad when teachers will send their kids. If you ever wanted an indictment on an organization, when I work for you, when I do my grocery, I work for Winn Dixie, when I do my grocery shopping someplace else. When I teach in public school, when I send my kids to someplace else, if you ever wanted to be an indictment, I think that's all that needs to be said. All that needs to be said. When I work at a mechanic shop, but I get my car fixed someplace else. Okay, then. Good morning on there. Yeah, I appreciate you. Call me later. No, don't call me later. Anyway, good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. So why can't, okay, and I hear, so why can't our public schools set that type of environment? Mhm. But you can't, right, right, but we cannot, and private schools don't do it. We cannot, even though they're trying to, we cannot put a special program for everybody in school because they learn differently. So in other words, what you're telling me in so many words, it's about the dollar and really not about the system or the quality of education. It's about the money. Then that's a shame and a disgrace. That's a shame because you and I know that you cannot be a good soldier if it's all about the dollar. We don't have nothing right. We don't have nothing to do with the people who send us. But when we go because we think we're defending our way of life. Yeah, yeah. Mhm, mhm. Right. Nobody's perfect. You know, I can pretty much, yeah, I can pretty much appreciate. I can pretty much empty that one. At least, unless it's self defense, and I told my son, have that. Good morning. Who's this? Fine. Yes. Mhm. Right. Right. Now let me ask you a question. The football players or the athletes that go to our public schools or go to any school are motivated by great expectations of a financial reward on the other side of all that discipline and on the other side of all that hard work that they do to become masters of their craft. Are we doing a terrible job in public school? I think they got to know they playing on a team also, and they'll lose on that game of life. Are we doing a bad job? Because we can get people to put their life on the line to play football, to risk injury, to play football because they know there's a reward on the other side. Are we not capable of imprinting that message on regular kids in school? It's a team spirit, and there's a reward on it too. But they don't see it. A lot of them don't. Mm. Right. Right. That's true. But exactly. And even if they don't make it because they work their butts off physically, they are still going to benefit from the training and the encouragement they got from others. I just don't understand why our teaching apparatus in America today, especially in the black community, cannot make them understand they're on the team too, and the game is called life. And when you get this education and you learn how to make a living for yourself, or you end up in jail making a living for somebody else. Yeah. And I put that right, and I'm putting that on the leaders. I'm putting that on the leaders and the teachers. I'm sorry. It's a kid. We'll be back after this.
First alert weather forecast.
We gotta feel.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sun's Automotive. Family driven on News Radio. Alternate route.
growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking. I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters. I saw it as a solution instead of smoking. Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key. I kept on trying, learn something each time. Do whatever it takes, no matter how many times it takes. We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital. But miracles never come easily. That's why as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. But you're
I think it's getting colder outside.
children's miracle model. My name is Cindy Hood. We're retired, and this is how we live united.
We decided to volunteer to connect with at our community free health fund.
United Way is how we
We
live.
got a
Just to give you time and put any extension.
Getting back to together to keep access to community free health fund. We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
I got smart about mortgages.
Now it's mine also go home too.
I got smart about credit card. Now paper and plastic have an old meaning. When it comes to them, whatever you want to get smart. You can find smart about money. Smart about money.org. You can find online sound information about money.org.
To our app on the App Store or through your Alexa or Google Smart Home device.
You know what? All right, at 8:51 in the morning, let me turn down a little Bloodstone down there. This only place you're going to hear this kind of music down there, right here. Although you don't get much of it, but you get a little bit of it anyway. We'll go back to the phone, see who is there. Some of the week. Wow, good morning. Thanks for holding. It's all right to be loved. I do appreciate that. Good morning on air. Yes, good morning. All right. Well, you know, that's up to the mayor and the people in the city. Who's up to? Now, you know, that's it. But if we're going to go by the same rules that the apparatus, yeah. Because that's probably the only board I can make that. I could probably be hired at. I could probably be elected for. Well, you know, the mayor had did when he was running for election the first time that we did broach that subject. Yeah, okay. I believe that's something that's a challenge that we need to take. Yeah. Yeah. No, wait a minute. Well, I ain't gonna have no more kids in it, so I ain't gonna worry about it too much. Yeah. Well, show me what that looks like, and the mayor's. Yeah. 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 But we would still come under the state. We still, yeah. All right. Let us talk about it and see if that's a possibility. Good morning. Mm. Right. Well, it's not the students at all. Right? It's not the students at all. It's not the students at all. Yeah. Mm. It isn't, but right, well, listen, but athletics is the only place in this society today that the expectations of excellence is still there. Do you think my man in Dallas right now ain't too pretty? He spent all that money on that stadium and the money we paying people to play ball, and they can't come to the family. I don't expect to see Dak Prescott there next year. But yeah, yeah, they do. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Running out of time here. I get it. Appreciate it. Uh, anyway, so I'm only, if we could allow our teachers, our room coaches, maybe that's what we ought to call it, room coaches. If our room coaches were able to inspire by whatever means necessary our young folks to get them to understand they are playing in a very important game, and it's the game of life. And either you're going to be successful in it and at least put yourself in a place where you can at least try to guarantee yourself an opportunity. There are no guarantees of success. But at least you can put yourself into an opportunity in an opportunistic way where you can be successful. Because even football players, and they do all kind of things, they have all kind of money, and some of them turn out bad too. But for the most part, call our teachers room coaches than in this teacher crap. Okay, they don't get into my, but call them coach. Yeah, never notice how boys today will gravitate to the coach because they think that the coach is big time because that coach expects a lot out of them, and they don't mind trying to give it to them. But you let that same coach come on the field and say, "Hey, what's up? What's up, dog?" He don't care that they gonna act like they gonna have the same attitude he got. So make our teachers just like coaches. Give them the authority, okay, to do what they must do in their classroom, okay, in order to get it under control. I don't mean not beat things like that, although someone could use it. I'm just saying, let's call them room coaches from now on. How much that changes the attitude because life is a game. You win, you lose. Come on, who's this? Yes, right. Mhm. I agree with you, but I think we know what they do. They got expectations. Yeah, yeah. They are public schools. Yeah, that is a. What I do an interview with one. That's probably won't let me do an interview. It's working. It does work, right? And then public school. Yeah, absolutely. It's a public school. Yeah. So what? So tell me real quickly, what's the difference? Mm. Well, we got to talk about it. We got to have the conversation because teachers are is the only profession that teach the people that pay them like they're stupid. So I'm just going to leave that one alone when we try to talk to them. All right. Okay. Got to go. Time's up. See you.
WSFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Friday. The celebrations continue this week for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in downtown Montgomery, and today is the annual MLK Community Celebration at the Davis Theater. The event recognizes community leaders who embody the spirit of Dr. King's dream, can attend a 10 a.m. matinee or the 7 o'clock evening performance. Tickets are still available. The W.A. Gale Planetarium in downtown Montgomery will reopen this month with a new coordinator. William Lee Tinker was recently appointed planetarium coordinator. The planetarium temporarily closed in 2022 to allow management to transfer from Ford University to the city of Montgomery. There will be a free grand opening event on January 27th. Valley and Cross, an all-male private school in Montgomery, is expanding. In August 2024, Valley and Cross will open its elementary school. The school recently won a prestigious prize that included a $1 million award.
News Radio 1440 is WLWIAM and 95.1 in the FM of the station and CPA. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in the workforce that continue allocations of their own for the law, coupled with claims and the business practice itself, ties with assets to win. These matters.
Moscow today to meet with Russia's deputy foreign minister. Officials said after the astronauts will be hostages taken during October's attack in Israel. The ministry said the two sides discussed ways to assist those that the humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip could reach catastrophic proportions. Elaine Hobb, CBS News. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 80 points, Nasdaq is up 73, S&P 500 up 15. Madonna fans are expressing themselves with a new lawsuit against the Material Girl because she's always so late to the stage. The suit filed in New York accuses her of false advertising and negligent misrepresentation because she didn't get into the group at her shows at the Barclays Center last month until after 10:30 p.m. when they were supposed to start at 8:30 because of the delay. She sometimes wouldn't allow. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts for this week fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions policy details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription type.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper, and you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face immunization. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
So, maybe you keep going back to college if you go.
I am Cam McCormick, essential friends who
for an unprecedented ninth season of college eligibility. He's had a career derailed by season-ending injuries that began at Oregon. The 25 years old, has undergone 6 surgeries. The last 2 seasons, his health has been good. He played for 5 different head coaches and club athletes in college. Kevin, CBS News.
Navy Center just released a list of names that you likely won't see around much anymore. Apparently, both names that were popular when millennials were born, like Michelle and Diana and Bono. Names ending with Aiden was super popular for both in the 2000s, but not anymore. And last names for first names are officially out for both boys and girls. And we, CBS News.
It just started snowing out of nowhere this morning, man. I've been paying attention to the climate control, man. It's called manipulation. And DC keeps talking about real. They put the rock on the climate. They got the best for the people to understand. That's right, big guys out there. The Jews are coming. The Jews are coming. That is, of course, Western DC City Council member Trayon White. He's a Democrat. He's the left side of the I'm just big left side making that's together. Every time it snows, you never get close enough to Trayon White. It's good to be a Democrat. He's been reelected at least once. He made a video with his iPhone dropping on the one little patch of highway that had an Washington, D.C. Watching the show, I'm making a video and stuff. You probably got a citation for that. The Rothschilds, which is on the making snow in Washington, D.C. Now, I don't know if they break that this month, but it's getting started. I said we have an extra month of snow in Washington, D.C. And we have the March for Life on the National the annual March for Life. And that means good people will be showing up, and the left will be having some sort of a transgender sexual. I have a lot of trouble with that. It's the 61st annual March for Life in Washington, D.C. You remember a national man from Covington Catholic School in Covington, Kentucky. They came in the school group from Covington, came in for the March for Life, and a young man, I think he was 16 years old at the time, Nick Sandman, was on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, and he had just bought from a vendor on the street a mega hat, a red baseball cap, a truck hat, and he was getting the money. He was on business being normal when what was his name? Crazy Horse Chief. What was the guy there? The Democrats told us he was like a Vietnam War hero who was so rebel. And then he was he was a Native American. You can tell by his high cheekbones. That's why he was wearing hat off. Because the church we talk about cheekbones. once I learned that from Elizabeth Warren. That's when she was in charge. She has since given that up and no longer in charge. And Nick Sampson was minding his own business on the steps of when this crazy, demented, radical leftist came up to him banging his drum, you know, hey, how are you? And then Nick Sampson was just, hey, like here, I'm in the big city in Washington, D.C. I'm at the Lincoln Memorial. I got this, cheekbone guy coming up and bringing the drum. And he smiled pleasantly and nodded and was interested in everything that was going on and taking all in. And then the media crucified him and threw a truck wagon and dragged him and threw him off a cliff. It was like Yellowstone, to the train station. That whole thing. And then he proved the news media, which got influenced him today from Michael Piercy. Michael Piercy is out today. He was traveling with his family for a camping funeral and had to go out of town a little early because he was driving and the snow was coming. The age of growth here in his stand, and I'm happy to have him. Thank you. He came in this thing. He's understood. See? Good old fashioned run. Jasmine couldn't make it today, and Jane is here on the phone. Jane is here on the phones. Waiting. And we remain at 888-630-9625. 888-630-9625 is our telephone number. And that means that's what we call it. But I do love that Crayon White. Crayon is, he's a Democrat. He's elected in the capital of the United States and have a couple of him. He belongs to two, in particular, one family, the Rothschild family. They control the weather and make it snow because they're taking over until they're doing their takeover. And that's perfectly fine. He's never been a leader as far for that. Because now the Democrats have been on the process. And it's just really the second gentleman. I like to call him the second gentleman. We got the first lady down at the White House. And then the vice president, the poor guy married to Kamala Harris. Doug Emhoff. And he was in Davos. These are all in Davos. They're all together in Davos. You don't want to know the rest, but and he's talking about how he was shocked by so when all the people that he thought were his friends are actually anti-Semites. And it was kind of interesting. What Emhoff speech, a lot of interesting speeches at the Davos gathering. Honestly, I heard on my great friend Vince radio broadcasting post media on WMF on it on Mitchell yesterday emulate steel. Some great audio from the president of the Heritage in Davos, and he gave a bit of about Donald Trump is some kind of a transgender thing about Trump being elected. He's going to be president for 4 years. I know you're some of the states in the border, no war in Europe, no war in the Middle East. In the country clouds and just was really more prosperous time and more peaceful time. And then the Democrats came in, they do it well. Now, the country is up in the economy. And it's really a station more character than we have. I keep up to the study. I went to the connection with Moon Science. Every single project is a Democrat. And almost everybody they contact is a Democrat because they're almost no Republicans. in Washington, D.C., so it's hard to find a Republican voter who carjacked them. So carjackers, and all the carjackers are Democrats, and they all come from Democrat because the problem is not our guns, it's your sons. I used to have I was thinking of a story in the Washington Post and trying to make it into the because but they're excited about transgender and transgender guns. That mass shootings have been a bunch. Colorado at that Club Q, and then another young woman, that was Colorado Springs, a young woman in Colorado nerfed out her brother because he was about to go on a mass school shooting ride. And then, where was it? Yeah, the Nashville school shooting, that was a transgender. I don't know, like 9 of them, and I think 3 have been mass shootings. But never mind that. The Washington Post, the asexual, and the asexual, and they have the metrosexual. Trans gun owner teaches queer people how to arm themselves. And we got that going for us. So expect more of the, school shootings and shootings and things like this. Here we go. There's a school shooting guy. He was from satellite photos, but he's a real man. Some of the race. There's no mistaking this guy. I'm a woman, but you're as well. That's all. And they're very proud of it. Like similar firearm groups, firearms groups, like similar firearm groups, Rainbow Reload. It's called Rainbow Reload. That's what it's called. Has been a tip. They don't I'll take an interest in years. LGBTQ plus community comes over in fact, if you're normal, like what they call cisgender, another word that make themselves feel something. If you're cisgender, you're 4 times as likely to be murdered. Rather than being transgender, if you're transgender, you're much less likely to be murdered. If you're transgender, you're murdered. Overwhelming likelihood is that some of them are actually called the murder. Never mind that. Yeah, so transgender was fear was a slur. Now it's LGBTQ. We got fear and a dash. And I'm sure some of that was with the that's great. So, on the one hand, we got trans, transnational or trans. There, trans is a prefix that's used in a great many different contexts, but they've co-opted the word and the equal sign and the rainbow and the color purple. And if people count that, I mean, honestly, yeah, they got that. What is the rainbow? They've got pictures of the rainbow flag with an M16. An M16. I'm not kidding. They got patches, flesh with a rainbow and an M16 because trans gun owners people help themselves because of a myth that the LGBTQ plus community comes under threat. Also, the front page Washington Post has here, so often a Christian place. It's an anti-Israel story. Gaza fight rages despite pressure. Or maybe the terrorists should stop firing rockets and release all the hostages. That they're decapitating, torturing to death. But that's not in the Washington Post. They're not a newspaper. Yeah, the Washington Post related. The American hospitals, there are no stories on that. There's no check on doing. Tell you what, American hospitals. The Democrats are talking. I suspect they're being more hostile by the Democrats. Yes, indeed. Also, the cannot yesterday the hundreds and hundreds of cases about the Uvalde school shooting from 2022, where it took them quite some time to come up with this entry report that concluded that everyone knew within about 48 hours of being maybe within 12 hours of the incident. And that is that it was a catastrophic failure by the police in their non-response because they feel that they have situation instead of thinking about it as a school shooting situation. But never mind that, the 575-page report, a catalog of confusion and lack of courage. It's really like this. And speaking of Joe Biden, as we have courage over here, and then we got this all that brand of on the loose yesterday. He has he infantilized himself, and the whole nation and have infantilized Joe Biden. And it's quite an embarrassment. We got a book show up there. He's got a couple of ridiculous things. Several completely ridiculous things from Bo, and he called on the crowd and he wasn't there. Hey, where are you? He's like, I just had my picture taken with her. Well, that's weird because she's hundreds of miles away from here, but it's at least better than what he did last year, a couple of years ago, when he called out a congresswoman in the crowd who had died a month earlier. He needs to go. And now the Washington Post, excuse me, the New York Post is suggesting that maybe Michelle Obama, we've talked about this, maybe Michelle Obama will kill his shoes. I think she could, too. Pretty sure. And, well, if you need your car code, you can do that as well. We're at 888-630-9665. Listen to this talk show. Freedom is good with it. Without too much of each other, because too much of it. Not something that senior citizen, a good connection and it's something to end with every fee you don't check, every charge you don't check. That's why it's really important. Like any time, okay, that's why the U.S. government you need each other, whether it's one or the two. So anyway, listen. Let me ask you to if they do, consumer safety. What is it? Customize
to these dog parents and their dogs, we switched to Nature's Drugs, a free and freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian for its magazine called The Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy budget, very strong local energy, and most importantly, their healthy full life. I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your dog will United Way has we are back. Yes, we are. My brother said that what I think he again. And what I'm really impressed. I'd like to take a phone call. And why don't we do that? And let's see. We have a great deal to choose from. Let's go, oh yeah, sure. Let's go line one. Let's go to Robert from Waldorf, Maryland. Robert, you're on the show. Hold on, you hear it. 26% you voted with the Democrats in the Senate. And I also said that I don't know the number. I believe maybe again, we need a Democrat vote to pass this bill. And in this bill, there's work permits for all these illegals. I mean, is that not the amnesty? Is that not what I'm saying? I could be wrong, Chris, but I'm calling you to help me out. Because I believe that's what I'm staring at. This Senator Langford from Oklahoma unleashed this stuff, and now we know that Mike Johnson ain't no better than